G'day, my name is Ozzy Stern, a country Victorian gamer of Star Wars Legion, etc. So going from right to left is Private Calfor. In the middle is Lieutenant Selfa, and on the left is a character by the name of Corporal Maddel. Now I'm going to put up images of both Corporal Maddel and Lieutenant Selfa now. And as you can see, both of them are very different than Private Calfor. They have slightly less in the way of overcoats, so you will see a lot more of their uniform underneath. I've also chosen with this model, rather than having the leg being stood on a stormtrooper's helmet, I've gone into my bits box and picked out some rubble. So now it's more a case it's standing on some proper stone, which is not bad. I'm going to start off by painting both of them at the same time. I'm going to use the Tolerance sand to do the sleeves and the middle pocket now. As well as doing some helmet work as well. So, getting at the brush. Getting the colour out and making sure that you, the audience, gets to hear and see what I'm doing as best as possible. Let's bring you up. There. Now, I don't want to cover the hand yet. But I do want to do as much of the sleeve as possible. You'll also notice that this model is one of the few models that has their blast vest open in the center. She's also got some sort of large pocket storage as well on her arm. I'm going to do it in the same color as their shirt. Moving underneath. Getting as much of the color as possible. Now, much like my previous model, there is a slight coloration underneath of some hide that goes around the bottom of a helmet, or most of their helmets. So I'm just going to try and do that as lightly as possible now. As well as her chin strap. But I know with the chin strap I'll probably have to go back and do it again once the flesh is on. Just because of the angles of this model, it makes it very difficult to get everywhere. Yeah. Then I'm doing the same thing with this character. Doesn't have too much on the back that I need to worry about. Much like the previous model, he has this same sand color shirt on. So we'll be doing that. But this time he doesn't have a vest open, so we'll just avoid that. He needs to go around this side. And try and take as much of the colour up the sleeve to where about it meets the vest. just like so. Yeah. So, next bit is to do some flesh. Going to use a flat flesh for the female character. Let me just get the book. Yep, Corporal Maddel. And looks like the oversleeves are in that same colour as well. So I'll do that right now. Just like that. And his sleeves are the same. Yeah, in the background you're possibly, if you've got this tuned up really high, you'll hear some music. And that music is coming from a concert being held nearby, which is unfortunately causing me to stay awake, seeing my bedroom is actually a bit closer to the music than this room is, so got the pleasure of my company for a little while, at least until the noise restrictions come in and they have to shut up. That's not for another hour or two yet. So Corporal Maddel is going to be in this flat tone. Lieutenant Selfa is in a brown tonal colour. I have not decided yet what colour that is going to be though. I'm just going to have to play around with colours as I go before I figure that one out, I think. Just trying very lightly to put the flesh on the face. Simply because I want to still see as much as possible the contours of the face. That'll help me when I do things like the eyes, the eyebrows. Shading. Taking into account any of the skin places that I haven't gotten to first time around. There. So with the skin of Lieutenant Selfa, I'm going to try this oak brown to start off with. If it works well, I'll leave it as is, but if not, I might use some brown wash to darken it a bit more. There you go. Don't forget to do the top of the hand. And again, just very lightly, as best as possible, doing that face with this colour. Now, with this particular model pose, I can't see any hair. All I can see is the strap that's loose right here. That's about it. So I might have to make a couple of choices later on if I see any hair hanging out anywhere. There. So I'll leave that to dry. Now, Corporal Maddel has a blonde brown hair. So I'm going to firstly do it in yellow. Then I'm going to, once it's dry, I'm going to use a brown wash through the hair to give it a bit of a brunette or a bit lighter look rather than a yellow blonde hair. It's the one thing about this model that is very interesting, that the hair is so dynamically flowing. Most models that I've seen and painted over years, sort of thing, whether it be 40k, fantasy, Necromunda, and this is early stuff, not some of the more recent stuff, but a lot of the stuff from the 1980s, 1990s. All the hair is usually very stagnant, very sort of fixed in place, like it's had permanent mousse on it. But this is the first time I've come across a model that it really got its hair flowing in a way that makes it just that tiny little bit more challenging to get right. But also makes it so much different than what I'm used to, which makes it exciting to paint. So there we go, that's the yellow part of her hair. Then I'll add in the brown once it's dry. Now the blast vest, we're using this charred brown colour, just like what we did with the vest colour on Private Calful. And seeing we started with the blonde on Corporal Maddel, I'm going to use this charred brown firstly on here, on the blast vest. Now I do want to do this colour now, so that as it dries I can see whether or not that skin colour is going to be the right choice. Or whether or not I need to do anything different with it. I also want to make sure that I do it now, because if I did the weapon, which is what I would normally do next, most of the weapon is covering up his chest area. I want to get that painted as best as possible now. So you're asking yourself, if the paint does not successfully dry to a different tonal color than the flesh, what am I going to do? I've got a couple of ideas. One is to add a little bit of black to it. That, I believe, is what I did with Corporal Maddel's. Corporal Private Calforce, I should say. And just by adding a little bit of black should hopefully give enough of a difference to the two colours. There we go. Have browns done. And I'll see how that goes as it dries. So, that, I think, I'm going to leave it there. Let it dry and continue painting in the morning. That's it for now. Stay tuned. So now the model's dry. You can see up nice and close that the color of the skin does not blend into the jacket, so I'm quite happy about that. I've also gone ahead and painted the helmets with that warp lock bronze just to speed up things a little bit. My first job that I'm going to do is I'm going to take some brown ink and put it into the hair just to dirty it up a little bit. This should give it a little bit less of a blonde look. And more in the way of a brunette. Is what I'm hoping to do. So as you can see, there's some brown ink in there in locations. Just do a little bit more. And then I'll leave it to dry. Beyond that, I'm going to use basically the same techniques that I've used for my private here to do the guns. So what it is a bit of the gunmetal Then finish it off with some Warplock bronze in areas. Like so. Do the far side. Taking care not to splash any of the colour onto the likes of the face, the hands, the sleeves. Like so. Same thing with the side, with the lieutenant here. Get down some paint. Use this as the basis. Now with this one, with the colander on the end of the gun, I'll also be using a like a black wash to just bring out those holes in the weaponry. Continuing on, we'll do the eyes. So we obviously always do the whites of the eyes first. There you go. That's both eyes are done. We'll do his belt, both of their belts now in the black. Their shoes have already been done, but their belts still need to be done. Now I'm not certain what colour these cartridges should be in. So I'm just going to start off with the black, and then I'll do some highlights with them once I take a closer look at the book and see if I can find any particular colour associated with them. And then do the black on the belts for this guy. He's got a couple of underslung belts. Keep going around. Following the contours of the model as to where the colour should go. And then continuing to work. So I'm going to cap it off there for today. I'm going to continue to paint on, clean up, and then tomorrow sometime I will restart all of this over again for the next set of colours. So for now, from Aussie Stern, I'm wishing you have a good day, enjoy, and I will see you on the table next time. Bye.